Well, that was some ham. Ugh. Not a fan of that. But as always, because I'm going to say it again just because the stream is separated into multiple parts, this stream is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, like all my Magic streams. Alright. Do not crash this time. Put the crag out. Yeah. Why does it say just chatting? Why does it say just chatting? Alright, well it says... Okay, that's fine. Not sure why that said just chat. Okay, so I can put out the Vulpikeet and the Airy. That'll be fine. Turning on my tablet was a mistake. That's fine. Alright, give me that apparition. I was gonna put Vulpikeet and Griffin Airy out, but this changes. Even more. Snap Danks. Oh, that's it's not gonna help you. We're getting there. I think I will do a cube raft. Oh, this fella. Sweet. Um, another mastery orb, a morb, if you will. So I've got Halvar and Alrund. Just I've got a thing of Halvar, so if I miss him, no big deal. But I'm probably gonna go through it all. Definitely this. Alright, come on. The great mutation. The key. Okay, so you took my Helion Grim Dancer. That's not really like a problem. Alright, I get the Hemophage. Pop more kitties. Pop more kitties down. Okay. There goes another Cub Warden. That's all I wanted. Oh, Cleric. Yes, please. Oh. Hey, I can do it. I have to grab a black source with this. Alright. That's a net gain of 1 for opponent, but I got my cleric. I think the only thing to do here is do this. Get rid of the scavenger. That kind of works. Oh, really? Alrighty then. Go ahead, hit me for 3. I don't care. Oh, you got your own lures. And then there. Okay. It's a little bit of a problem, but we have already solved it. You gonna hit me again? Woof. Yep. Not surprised. Airy. Oh, there's one of my snapped axes. You can swing in with everything. I don't care. I've got the control. You are getting a little dangerous with my library, but that's hardly. Let's freaking go. Well, that happened. Alright, let's freaking go. Alright, let's hit some blue. Let's hit some blue spells. Actually, cancel. Do I have enough for the thing that I wanted? I think so. It was the last one in a collection. Something ultimatum? I think it was. Yes. Alright. Need to watch this and give it back to my dad. Need to finish watching Harry Potter. Because I promised James like a few years ago and never did it. So now I'm just doing it. And a breath river glide. Alright. Alright, let's Pyre of Heroes then. Let's just get right into it. If you put down an X2 or an X1, it's gonna get crushed. That's not what I was expecting, but that's okay. I'll absolutely kill that thing if I have to. Actually, I don't even need to worry about that. I can just 100% kill it no problem. Alrighty then. Get that mountain down, get that ember cleave on. Oh, that's barely annoying. Thank you. It's a changeling. You see, I'm kind of dumb. I'm kind of dumb. Actually, I should put the tectonic giant down. Because the fall... Okay. I'm gonna have to. Alright. Huh. Okay, well. That'll happen. So I'm gonna get the Pretender and the other thing. No blocks. Not a problem for me. You gonna move it over? There we go. Alright. Frickin' Gargaroth. Okay, if I play Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla, and then the Mimic. That's a problem. Three, 6, 7, 8. I only got 8. Not 9. Hopefully one of them is... Okay, neither of them are Death Touch. Yeah, not a lot I can do here. Big Boo's Winky. That's certainly a name. This is a bad keep, but it's... It's something I can play. Black, I got some plays. White, I got some plays. Okay. Had a feeling that was a bluff. This is not currently a problem. This might be turning into a problem. Alright. I'll get you. I'll get you. Yeah, no blocks. Yeah, smack me around. That's fine. Well, that happened. Homa. Interesting. Alright. Let's see what Cube Draft has to offer. Bunch of gold versus I could do this for gem. Yeah, let's do it. Sure. Up. Quickie. Quick time. Quick time. Let's see if I recognize anybody. Dude. Aha. Okay. Do I know anybody here? No. Interesting. Alright. I do like that. Mortal Sun seems nice. Keeps me open. Keeps some keeps planeswalkers off my back. keeps me up with color wise. It's an anthem. It's an expensive anthem, but it decreases spells, and I get more cards. So I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. There's a lot of black there. The rider is pretty good. Not gonna lie. We can wake them trolls. Or we could practically cut blue. It's either the rider or the great shark, honestly. I think we're going with that. The great shark. Platinum Angel. Not bad. Mom, I want to start this game. The Obliterator is... I could go hard black. I can go hard black. This sword is great. This bedevil. You know, splash a little red in there. Maybe I don't worry about the great shark anymore. Harvester of Souls. Throne of the God Pharaohs. That actually sounds decent. There's also Poison the Cup. Yeah, I think we're not worrying about blue unless something else calls us. A lot of things are going to be dying. I need to find some life gain. Cruel Reality comes... There's also the Woe Strider. I mean, this is life gain in itself. Do I want the Woe Strider instead? I'm not sure. think the Murderous Rider or the Bastion. I like this hard black. I can destroy things of yours. I can make you lose life. This is a kind of amazing. This is a kind of amazing black deck. Not gonna lie. I could get Turgid. Sigiled Sword is good. But if you're destroying... Oh, shoot. I wanted Turgid. Well, I got Obosh. I'm going hard black with a little bit of red. I would love to play you, but you should have come much sooner. I can Scorching Dragonfire is not bad. Gilded Lotus. I could do that. Do I go hard? Blardist. That works. That works. Crypt Breaker. Oof. Midnight Reaper. Or I could just get the Great Fixing. I think I gotta go Midnight Reaper. Aetherborn. Latin attack 78. Please move your butt. I would like some packs, please. Like, I'm only halfway into pack 2, and this is just a deck. Liliana and Immortal Sun are non-bows, but it might be too good to pass up. It's also Squee.
The best thing about zombies is their adoring obedience.
Blast Zone or Field of Ruin. I think I'd go Field of Ruin there. Timrat came back. I mean, that could theoretically just be a deck. Take Chandler, probably not playing it. Got my Triome. This deck looks awesome. Say hello to my little friend. And yeah, I'm not playing that. Demonic Pact. That's too risky. I don't quite know how to play that. I'll take the skeleton. Let's not do that. Bloodchief's Thirst is pretty good. There's also the Lazatep Reaver. I think I'll take the Thirst. Get a little thirsty. Grim Tutor. That is... Never to Return, that's also pretty good. I just have to take the Tutor. I hope I get that Never to Return back. What? C? Sure. Caravan. Acquisition expert. I think I can probably splash this. To be perfectly honest. Especially if I take one of these two. But we have a gutter bones. Got this bone splinter. Null Priest is actually not bad. Okay. Judith. Blood Crypt. All of these are good. Helm, sure. I need to make some cuts. Blooming Marsh. Not bad. Help! Probably not playing that. It's village rights, sure. I don't really actually want to play that. That is definitely something I would definitely. This is tough. I've got to... I got some choices to make. Probably not doing that. I need some help. I'm definitely going to call in some favors from Twitter. Where is the... Oh, there it is. Alright, it's fine. Um... Alright. Let's see what... Yeah, okay. Let's check Discord, which is not open. Right. Because my computer crashed. I've got all the fixing that I need for red or green or both. I have 29. This is a... This is... Ugh. Obosh might not get in. I do have a lot of 3 drops here. And 1 drops. This is hard. Maybe take the skeleton out because I have the gutter bones. Um, this is just like removal.deck. If I take Bedevil out, that helps my mana. And I've still got Murderous Rider and Mythos. I've still got Murderous Rider. And Blood Cheese, yeah. Alright, so that does help my cost. So I don't need. So I can take the Marsh and the Tomb. Not actually need. Okay, and I'd actually kind of want the Triome for the Mythos. This is okay. Like, this just makes more creatures. And I'm a little light on creatures. Definitely a little light on creatures. This makes more creatures. Is Cruel Reality just win more? I don't know. Let's see if Twitter has any. Twitter's not saying anything. This is tough. I mean, I keep this in. Even without the white. Because I keep the Triome in. And then if I have the Triome out and this, then it's, it's golden because then I'll most likely have one of these out. I still kind of want Bedevil. But I've got the Mythos. And the murderous rider. And the Blood Chief's Thirst. So yeah, taking the red out is probably the best call. Even though I got super fixing for the red. You know, I'm putting it back in. Okay, I've got so much red fixing, it's not even funny. That goes back in. Cruel reality might just be a little bit of win more. I don't know. This is really okay. Oh, and I've also got Vraska's Contempt. How much is Liliana doing for me here? I don't know. Maybe I can just go with one less. Got a warrior. A skeleton warrior. I could theoretically do 2, but it's just a 1-2. I think this might be. I think this might be the deck. So let's just start chucking land in there. It wants 2 mountains and 2 forests. I'll put 1 mountain and 1 forest in. Okay. I mean, honestly, do I really need those? Because I get... I've got 1 thing that needs red, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red sources. And I've got 1, 2, 3 green sources. So yeah, okay. I'll put a forest in. Definitely put a forest in. Because I could definitely use that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sources for green. 4 sources for red. Wait, hold on. Yeah, 4 sources for red. And the rest is black. I think this is the deck. I think I'm gonna jump them out. Let me see. I think this is where we're gonna go. I'm going to be right back. Don't go away. Bio break. See what's going on. And we're back. And once my. There we go. I swapped out Gilded Lotus for Liliana. Because I like Gilded Lotus, but like I'm not like ramping hard. So we'll go with this. Alright, I've got nothing to cast, but this is fine. Junder Mount. Let's obliterate him. Well, alright. Alright, alright, alright. Human, pirate, reflection, human. Okay. my obliterator back. 4. I can grab a gutter bones. Just. My graveyard. I want this and this back. Alright, well. There we go. You got your own command room.
Every
that's
death
the
is
problem.
an opportunity to increase my influence. Get out of my way already.
That was a wild game. See if anybody had anything to say. Nope. Anyways. This is a wild deck. I like it. That was definitely an interesting matchup. Oh, down to 6. Do 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 do. Ah. Doobie doobie doo. Waker of Waves. Interesting. Not too much of a problem for me. I want to put the witch out. Body double. That's a problem. Oh, that is a problem. marble artist. Sweet. Alright, 6. Come on. You know I'm gonna kill your angel. You gotta figure out how to save your angel, I guess. That's 6. Okay, how many in my graveyard? 5.
Address me as Queen of the Dead, please. Oh, you can scream if it hurts too much.
Get this exquisite blood out. Oh, that's an issue.
Our legacy was celebrated to the gods of old. Go.
It's not
Earn
a
your renown.
huge issue, but it is an issue.
Sorry for your loss.
Do do do. You gonna kill Liliana? It's not a problem for me. Not gonna kill Liliana, okay. Okay, so
We're doing things my way.
okay, and I'll take 4, and 5 is 9. I've got 6 left. I'll take that. That was cool. That was definitely worth it. This is worth. This is nice. Come on. Just gut her bones out. I'm going to guess red. That. I'll take the 2. Take the other 2. Hit ya. Well, I know where else. Alright. Derek's Uprising. That's a problem. It's not a problem for long. Lotus. Okay. Doing this now. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And you look like, somebody who gets banned. That's the downside of this stupid, refresh. There we go. Oh, that's a problem. Alright. Alright. I just realized I'm dead. I don't think there's anything I could have done to survive there. Let's see if... What are they going to say? Okay, I'm going to take the Aetherborn. Transform it into... There we go. Alright, that's fine with me. Foul and gutter. Alright, let's get rid of. Alright, give me.
Tired. My desires were set free was like a raging wildfire. But now that spark has grown dark. We're now just dying embers.
Alright.
I'm afraid I'll end up all alone with it.
It's not a real problem for me. Alright, you're gonna lose two. Was that 4, 5? Alright. Gonti. Please stop taking my stuff. You're gonna take that. I'm gonna bring it back to my hand. Hey, listen. Okay, I've got 4 there. Okay, you put Gonti in here. That's my helm, isn't it? Stole my freaking helm. Alrighty then. Say goodbye to Gonti. Bring my Aetherborn back. Oh, Liliana. Is that mine? That's mine.
Seize the day, my
I'm
minions.
upset. I don't have any red mana for that.
I really don't care about your plans.
Stop casting my spells. If I take 2 there, I can take 4 damage there.
Oh, your bravery is adorable.
Freaking, that's mine. Stop it. Okay, so... Okay, I can do this. Alright, fine.
Out.
Opponent keeps taking my stuff. have to sack one thing, which is fine. Block you. That's fine. Let's get rid of that. Kill the gutter bones is fine. Alright. Stop taking my stuff. That's a problem. That wasn't even mine. I thought that deck was good, but turned out to not be. Well, that's it for me. Yeah. Non-bows with the throne? What was the throne? Well, I mean... Well... we had what we had. If people could have given me advice before, maybe I wouldn't have gone so bad. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, so thank you very much to everyone who rated, subscribed, followed, particularly Hraf. And, thank you. As always, this stream is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast, like all my Magic streams. And let's... Oh, I don't have Chatty up, because I had to reboot. Let us find someone to raid. Let's raid Nerd Girl. Alright, let me see. How far behind I am. But that about does it. Thank you very much. Take care, and bye-bye.
Just trading this on the 3-mana 2/3 flyer with some upside, so I think I got it like a 3.
Alright, I think I'm putting it a little higher than that only because my decks tend to run more combat tricks than your decks.
That's fair.
So I think the average deck would have several targets. Maybe the average deck will have 2 to 3 targets, probably. 3 seems to be high for the average. And I'm pretty happy with that, though. That seems pretty strong to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and it's a good card either way, just based on it. Just its stats are good. Although the art I find a little creepy, but
I didn't see it. It's just a big owl.
yeah, it's like the way it's, I don't know, its arms around her. I don't know, it just looks weird.
Is that a pedophile owl?
I wouldn't go that far, but
You definitely shouldn't put your arm around a student like that.
a creeper owl, at least.
Creeper owl, okay. Just chilling outside on your tree branch.
Yeah.
Excellent. Moving on, guys. 3 mana, spirit. They don't fly for some reason. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for basic planes, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. Return it from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, that's kind of nice. It's got like a buyback. It's kind of expensive and thins your deck a bit. It's not exciting by any means, but make sure you hit all your land drops, and it gives you a late game mana sink for like a body.
Yeah, I think this card is fine. It's obviously overpriced for its stats, but it replaces itself with a land, albeit, but it still gets a card out of your deck. And it comes back, you can pay 6 at the end of your turn if you've got nothing to do, or at the end of your opponent's turn.
Mm-hmm. And
then
gives you
play
back another chumper or whatever.
Yep, and gets another land out of your deck to thin your deck.
I'm not playing this often, but I mean, it's a 23rd playable card, so 2.
Yeah. So, yep, 2. It's a spirit, which is relevant sometimes, so.
Great. 5 mana 2/2 flyer. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, it's got some recursion, and it's an evasive creature. I think that I'm willing to pay the extra mana cost for the card value. And it's a spirit.
I think this is going to depend on what's in your deck, but white probably will have enough targets that will make it worthwhile.
Yeah, also keep in mind, guys, that the Lauren Hold has a lot of cards that trigger when things are removed from your graveyard. So I think that will also trigger getting it back out, right?
Yeah. I have to read I think some of them trigger on when cards go to exile, but some of them are just when it leaves.
So if you're triggering something else, you're making like a 1/1 spirit or something, like it just synergizes very well, and it gives you a card advantage, which I'm happy on an evasive creature as is. And a 2/2 flyer, I've definitely closed out games with a 2/2 flyer before.
Yeah. I mean, you're really paying 2 extra mana because we always play 3 mana 2/2 flyers. So
yes, great. Again, I agree. It kind of depends on what's in your deck, but this is a 2/5 or a 3.
Yeah, I've got it around 2/5.
Great. All right, Professor of Symbology. Oh man. Symbolism.
Yes, symbolism.
The Professor of Symbology enters the battlefield. Learn. When it enters the battlefield, learn. Okay. So it's just a 2/1 for 2 that doesn't have first strike, which is a little underwhelming, but gets you a free card, which probably kind of makes up for it if you have the learn ability.
Yeah, it works well with the card we just saw. Maybe this trades off for a 2/2. Then you can get it back and learn again.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you're, especially if you're trading and getting a free card, and then yeah, that's great. I agree. Dana Fisher, thank you so much for the raid, guys. Welcome. On its own, though, I mean, I don't know how common the lessons will be in the sideboard. That's something we're gonna have to kind of see how they kind of come into play, right?
Yeah, there's a good collection of common lessons, colorless ones, which will help. But yeah, again, if you're not learning from this, you're not playing this card. So
yeah, exactly. So it does feel kind of a split card, but it doesn't feel good enough in either situation to warrant a split rating. So maybe it's just a 2.
Yeah, it's just a 2, because if you absolutely have to play a 2 mana 2/1, it's not the worst thing.
You're definitely going to be picking up a Strixhaven booster box. You should check out our sponsor and you get 5% off with my code. Cool stuff. Get a Nerd Girl token with your order. All right, reduce to memory, guys. It's a lesson. So sorcery speed, exile target non-land permanent. Its controller makes a 3/2 red-white spirit token. Spirit doesn't fly, so that makes me a little bit happier. But a 3/2 is pretty strong, but it does exile something much, much bigger. And non-land permanent as well, so it exiles planeswalkers or enchantments or whatever.
Yeah, so the 2 things that are interesting with this card is, first of all, you could target your own land, or target your own thing, like a 1/1 or something, and get a 3/2 if you really want to.
Mm-hmm.
But normally these cards are bad, this type of effect, because it's kind of card disadvantage, right? You're 1-for-1ing, but you're giving them a token. So it's like virtual card disadvantage. But in this case, if you get this off learn, it's not really card disadvantage anymore because you got it for free.
Yes, I agree with that. And you were like a little higher on Raven form than I was for the exact same reason. And this just seems better than that. Now a 3/2 is a little bit more difficult, but it doesn't fly, so it just depends.
Yeah. Yeah, now compared to Raven form, the one thing that makes this worse is that it's in white, which has more removal than blue typically does. But I like this card just because the fact that you don't have that card disadvantage. I'm not main decking this card. This is going into my sideboard to get.
Agreed. Yeah. We're drafting it for the board. If you don't have the learn, then this card is not playable. If you have the learn, this card becomes like a 2.5, 3, which is around what I put the mist card at or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like this as well.
It's great for free. Everything is great for free. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards.
I hate this card.
I've never liked the cards that make both of you guys draw. Like there's been creatures like in Eldraine, there was if you whenever this attacks or blocks, you both draw a card, like things like that. I've seen a bunch of, and I never like them. They always feel bad to me.
So I know they're trying new ways to get card draw into white, and I guess this is one of the things they're trying. So here's right this. Do you read the text that it seems neutral? We each draw 3 cards, but you spent mana and a card.
Yes.
They didn't, and they get to use those cards with all of their mana before you do.
Yes, I agree. I don't like this card at all. I've never really been a big fan of that, but like you said, it is card disadvantage because of you lost the card to make that happen.
Yeah. Now, if this was an instant, I'd be much higher on this card. I still don't think it's great, but at least I could play it at the end of my opponent's turn and untap and get to use the cards first.
Yes, I agree with that. Someone is suggesting a hyper aggro card, so like you go under them and then you just like refill your hand to finish them off before you run out of gas, which is true. Yep. But like you have to have it in the right spot, right? Like, would you want this over a aggressive creature that like finishes the job on that turn, on that 4th or 5th turn, rather than casting this? Or it's too late and your little creatures don't really do it anyway. So again, I agree. It's, it not being an instant is kind of a deal breaker for me, even in that aggressive deck. I'd rather just have a 3/2 or something.
I think that's the only place it could see play in limited, but again, I don't think it's going to even in that deck.
Yeah.
I think this is just a 1.
I could see maybe if my deck had like a ton of Magecraft synergies. Like really premium ones, like the one that like gives all your creatures +1/+1, like the good ones.
Yeah.
Maybe then the trigger off of this is worth the card, and then you're drawing more into spells, and the fact that your other cards will be triggering off of those spells make them have a higher value than your opponent's 3 cards. So maybe,
okay. But
it's still very kind of cringy to play it, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Your turn.
All right, Semester's End. 3 and a white instant. Exile any number of target creatures and/or planeswalkers you control at the beginning of the next end step. Return each of them to the battlefield under its owner's control. They all come back with a +1/+1 counter on them if it's a creature, and an extra loyalty counter if it's a planeswalker.
Great. At instant speed, so you're at the very least removing like a burn spell for 4 mana, which is very expensive. And
yeah, it's a
go ahead.
4 mana mass blink effect.
Yes.
I can see there are decks that are going to want this, right? Just like you said, you can cancel out removal. You can use it to respond to a removal spell while also getting it out from under another card out from under an aura. Re-trigger ETBs.
I think you're like average is going to be 1.5 good things. So you're going to get a removal spell, and then sometimes you might get like an ETB effect. Is probably like your best case, right? For the average. If you happen to blink out like an enchantment removal, then that's infinite value. That's great, but that's not going to happen all that often.
Agreed. I think you're probably not playing this if you don't have a significant number of ETB effects. Yeah,
that's another good point from Sinvek here too. Like, let's say hypothetically you're going wider and you want to get some chip damage in. A lot of times you can't attack because you attack in, they block 2 or 3 of them, you lose those 3, and then you don't have enough back for the swing back, right, to finish them off. But hypothetically, if you have a very aggressive deck, you swing in with your 5 dudes, they block 2, those are the 2 you flicker, so that way they don't die, and you still have 5 creatures for the next swing, getting in that damage twice. So like it does give you some really interesting combat situation stuff. It can blink out of like combat tricks if your opponents use them.
Yeah, there's also some racing scenarios where they attack and figure you have to chump to survive, but then you just blink everything out that you jumped with and then untap and kill them on the
yeah, the combat situation's really interesting. I actually like that a lot more. I like the card a lot more knowing that it's got that really great flexibility, actually. And the white decks do seem to be the go wide decks with the Lorenhold and the Silver Quill. Silver Quill being the main go wide deck.
Yeah. I think you're playing this card. You want the right deck for it, but I think it's, I get this at like a 2-5.
I agree. It's a bit expensive. I think if it was a little cheaper, I'd be putting it higher. But yeah, I think it's a 2-5. You'll probably find a good place for it. At its worst, it's a 1-for-1 with some upside.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Great. Show of Confidence. 2 mana, instant speed. Whenever you cast the spell, copy it for each instant or sorcery spell you've cast this turn. You may wait. Oh yeah, you may choose new copy. So it's just a storm. What?
Sort of storm, because it only counts instant and sorceries.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains vigilance until end of turn. Okay, that's kind of cool. More counter synergy. It's cheap enough to where you could probably do this twice.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get one copy of it, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, good in Magecraft, good with counter synergies. Fairly low impact, but in the right deck, it can do some work.
I think I would still need some synergies to want this. It's like a 2. It's instant speed, so at least the counter is combat trick, but sorcery spell you've cast. That's another distinction there, is that the storm like counts your opponent's creature or opponent's spells, but this one doesn't. So yeah, I mean, I'd have to have a lot to make this good, but I don't think that I'm excited about it.
No, I think you'll find decks with enough Magecraft that'll just be happy with a 2 mana spell that can maybe get you a copy for 2 triggers, but I think on the whole, this is like a 1-5.
Okay, yeah, I'm in the same field. I think if you've got like the cheap things and the token synergies, it'll be a little bit better. Yeah. I'm assuming there's going to be something in your deck that's going to take advantage of this.
Probably.
If you don't, then yes, it's unplayable. All right, 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, you learn. So you just get a free card. Plus, whenever you attack, oh, it's an enchantment. Put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature and untap it. Huh. Okay. It's kind of nice. I usually don't like enchantments on the board because they don't seem to do enough, and if I like don't have a creature or it's a bad top deck, if my opponent's running heavy removal decks, then they don't get their value. But the fact that you learn means it kind of replaces itself to some extent. And it makes racing really awkward. It makes your board get very out of control very quickly. Silver Quill is like a ton of flyers. So putting these counters on one of your Inklings seems pretty nuts.
Yeah, the art is telling you what deck this wants to be in.
Oh, I didn't even see that. It's literally got little inks in it.
Yeah, this clearly wants to be in the black-white deck in Silver Quill. On turn 3, which is an aggressive deck, so if you play a 2-drop and then play this, you replace it and you get a trigger right away.
Yeah.
I like this card a lot, actually.
Yeah, I do
in
too.
the right deck. But I think both, even in Lorehold, it seems like there's going to be still not as aggressive as black-white, but still on the aggressive side.
I agree. It's got to be kind of a slightly higher creature count deck just to like guarantee that you have a reasonable amount of things that are going to be triggering on this, because you have to assume your opponent has some removal. But if I've got 15 creatures plus, I'm happy to run this in every single thing.
Yeah.
I think in a heavy creature deck, this will win games slowly, but again, they can't attack you back. Your flyers get insane. It's going to get out of control very quickly, in addition to getting you that free value from the learn.
Yeah. Which I think puts it somewhere in the 3-3-5 area.
Yeah, I'm on the 3-5 boat. I'm slightly on the higher side, I think. Great. I feel like in the right deck, it will win games, so it could go up to 4-4-5 depending if you have like a little bunch of little inkies. But Star Pupil. It's a 0/0 for 1. It enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. When it dies, put its counters on target creature you control. Okay, so this is a really good synergy with that, the one that has that late game mana sink, right? This is just a creature that enters the battlefield with a counter, and then it's got a huge upside, so you're basically proliferating with your expensive 2/2. And then these counters then migrate onto something else once it becomes a bigger threat. So we're seeing a ton of this kind of counter synergy recently, and I do like that.
I agree. It synergizes well. It's still an extremely low impact card.
Yes. High synergy, low overall impact, so the average deck is not going to want this. The counter deck is going to love this.
Yeah. I think the counter deck will play it. I'm not sure how much they'll love it, just because you're probably have something better to put your other counters on.
Well,
So
the
most
one
of the
card
time-
puts a counter on everything that has a counter on it.
Sure, yes. Yeah, it's great with that card.
And then these counters come back an additional time.
Yeah.
And it does seem like there is a counter sub-theme, so I'm assuming
There
there's also maybe some sort of other payoffs as well for counters, or proliferate. We've seen proliferate once or twice, right?
Once in the archive.
Great.
But it was in blue, but it was on the Phyrexian map.
Oh, yeah. I count that as colorless.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
And now that said, when I said that they love it, it's still a common 1/1. So I mean, they love it as in I'm super happy to play it at a 3 in that deck. And otherwise, it is unplayable.
Yeah, I think it's unplayable and everything else, and I'm still only thinking it's like a 2 to 2/5 in the counter deck, but maybe there's more payoffs than I think.
Yeah, well, that's true. We'll definitely have to see. I think that I'm guessing that there is, and you might be guessing that there isn't. Stonebinder's Familiar. Whenever one or more cards are put into exile during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Stonebinder's Familiar. This ability triggers only once each turn. So we have seen a lot of cards that in the Lorehold ability that like removes cards out of your graveyard. So you exile a card, make a spirit is something that I think we saw. So this will be like a bonus ability. So highly synergistic.
Yeah. The fact when this one just keeps growing is nice. And yeah, it's part of Lorehold's theme. On both sides, both the spirit and the leaves the graveyard synergy.
It's a little sad that it doesn't have any way to like remove those cards itself, like, you know, pay 3 and tap to exile a card or something. So like if you don't have those synergies, it's literally just throw it in the trash. But
yeah, because it's something you have to have. It's not something that just happens naturally in the course of a game.
Yeah. So the one thing I will say about these particular types of sets where they are built around schools or guilds is that those sort of interactions do come much easier. So it's not like something you have to actively look for. If you're in 2 colors, there's a chance that like most likely you're going to have these sort of synergies. So I rate them a little bit higher than I typically would in like a core set or something where you aren't pushed into particular archetypes.
Yeah, I think that's a natural outgrowth of the fact that you're only building for 5 limited archetypes instead of 10.
Yeah. That said, what is it, 2?
Yeah, agreed.
If you've got a couple of things in your deck that will maybe counter this, like put counters on this from time to time, it's fine. Otherwise, don't play it. All right, moving along.
Actually, it does also trigger, I didn't think about this at first, off of things like Expel, where you exile their tapped creature as long as it's on your turn.
Let me go back and read that card. Okay, yeah. And white usually does have a couple of exile cards, so that's fine. Stonerise Spirit, a 1/2 flyer for 2. Pay 4, exile a card from your graveyard. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. So here we have that synergy with the pup, right? Where you exile a card, put a counter, make it flying, do the thing, and hopefully trigger some other things that we've seen where you create spirits when you exile a card. This is just definitely a synergy card, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting effect. The target creature gains flying. It's usually a white effect, but that's usually a best in something like green white, where you've got big green stuff
Mm-hmm.
to fly, as opposed to red, white, and black white, which are going to be your primary white decks in this format that are going to be lower to the ground. But so that being said, I think you're right. I think it's the exile a card from your graveyard part that's the important part of this card, and the flying is a bonus.
Yeah, I think on its own, like a 1/2 flyer for 2 that does something, I'm usually kind of fine with, like a loot hawk or whatever. This feels like